Hello dear viewers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for the likes and comments. It really helps the channel grow and motivates me to keep creating content that resonates with you. Today, I'd like to remind you about Jimmy Doolittle and the Tokyo Raid. The 30 seconds that changed the war. James Harold Jimmy Doolittle, 1896 to 1993, was one of the greatest aviators of the 20th century. In 1922, he became the first person in history to perform a blind, instrument-only flight. In 1932, he set a world speed record, and in 1940, he became the first pilot to take off and land on one leg after an amputation. By the time the war began, Colonel Doolittle was already a legend in American aviation. After Pearl Harbor, Americans were desperate for retaliation. In January 1942, Doolittle received the mission: carry out the first ever bombing raid on the Japanese home islands. He selected 16 medium B-25B Mitchell bombers that would have to launch from the deck of the aircraft carrier USS Hornet, a feat previously considered impossible. On April 18, 1942, at 8:20 a.m., approximately 650 miles from Tokyo, the 16 bombers took off one after another from the carrier's deck. At 12:30 p.m., the first bombs fell on Tokyo. In just 30 seconds over the Japanese capital, Doolittle and his men dropped 16 tons of bombs on military and industrial targets. Then they headed toward China. Of the 80 crew members, 69 returned alive. Doolittle and his crew made a forced landing in a rice paddy, but the raid leader made it to Chinese guerrillas. For this feat, President Roosevelt personally awarded him the Medal of Honor, America's highest military decoration. The Doolittle raid had enormous moral and strategic impact. It proved to the Japanese that they were vulnerable, forced them to pull back air and naval forces to defend the homeland, and became a direct catalyst for the Battle of Midway. Those were the famous 30 seconds over Tokyo that restored American faith in victory. Jimmy Doolittle lived to 96 and remained a symbol of boldness and genius in American aviation until the end of his life. His raid is forever etched in history as one of the boldest and most symbolic strikes of World War II.